I didn't check, but at least 30 degrees. It could be even 34 degrees today. It's like super hot, and I decided to have a little walk. I have my pots I prefer because they are so quiet. I never seen any people walking on that path in the nature. And today it was so busy, like a train station. Basically, every second I needed to say, excuse me, because I wanted to push through the crowd. But you need to know about London that there are no AC here, there's no air conditioning, there is no really way to cool down, there are no pools by the houses. So yeah, that's why people go to nature, go to the forest, go to any green areas, and it's very busy right now. So yeah, I ended up walking by the road, by the busy roads, because there was no reason to go deeper into the woods. But otherwise, it's a very lovely day to have a day off. I really like to talk about London, but not what you can see on the internet, not what you can read in articles and different sort of analysis you can find on tourism websites or something like that. I really want to talk about where the people I know going for holiday. And the thing is, I don't know anyone. Nobody talks about it. Nobody shared any plans for any holidays for this summer. I know only one person who's going for 2 weeks to Spain, but I think she knows someone there, so she's not gonna pay for for hotel or something like that. She's going there to visit someone because it's quite popular to do an exchange. That you go to Spain, you know someone there, you're gonna live in his house, and when he decides to come to London, he can live in your house. This sort of exchange I'm talking about. So, but other than that, I don't know about anyone. Nobody shares any plans with me. So instead of talking about what the people I know gonna do over this summer, I'm gonna talk about what we did when I was living in Hungary, back at home, where I was born and raised, and obviously after that I came to London and I visited some other countries as well, where I lived, worked, and studied. Altogether like 5 countries, but in the end I ended up in London, UK. But let me talk about Hungary, where I was born, how we went for holidays during the summer times. In East Europe, in the socialist era, there was no private company. Every single company belonged to the government, and every single company had a holiday destination, basically. They own hotels, they own land. So if you work for a company, that company had a hotel, and you went there and you paid a very discounted price. So growing up, I was spending holidays in these hotels, or we went for camping. And if I could choose, I would definitely go for the camping. This is so much fun. We went to call the river Dunaub, always went to the Dunaub, always. And we had so much fun. I always think about this very fondly. And we talk about camping, we need to talk about mosquitoes because there were so many buzzing around that you couldn't see the night sky. And there was one point, our tent was next to a tent for university students, kind of people. And one of them shouted in the middle of the night, kind of like midnight or something, that who designed, I mean, they're talking about obviously the higher power, who designed the mosquito that it would bite humans? Who designed mosquitoes and why? It was quite a rural area when you went for camping, and they had arcade games. I remember I always choose to be with Captain America, and you needed to drop coins in. You didn't break the bank when you were playing with this. Actual coins you needed to put in until you died, and then you needed to put more coins in to get new life, and then go on. I always choose the character Captain America because he was throwing his round shape shield to the enemy, and it bounced back like a boomerang, and I always find it very cool as a child. So in 2025, we have to mention that it was very, very safe. I know that most people have all sort of ideas about Eastern Europe, but actually it was super safe. When we were like super young, small children, we were walking around alone, and everything was absolutely fine. It was super safe. Right now, I live in London. I could not say a single area where it's safe like it was back in the 90s in Eastern Europe. No rubbish on the floor, no antisocial behavior. There were no drunk people, there were no shouting, apart from obviously who designed the mosquito. But otherwise it was everything was absolutely fine and everything was absolutely friendly. And of course, very, very simple. There was only one shop around when we were camping by the Dunaub, and basically they had like 5 products. So you you didn't waste much time to decide which one you want because that was only 5 products, and obviously it was a tent. You cannot close a tent, and there was never any crime, never anything, nothing ever went missing. It was just fine. It was a different, age even, different lifetime. The customer service was really special because people actually lived there in a nearby village. They were owning their homes. They really knew the area. Yeah, it was different back then.